Alright, so partial rant, partial update. Uh, Last weekend, or this past weekend, was daughter's first weekend back to going to normal one night a weeks at her mom's house. We got there at about 6:15ish, maybe 6:10, something like that. Well, 6:30 rolls around, and there's no sign of Angel or daughter. So we call them, and we texted first. Cody texted, and then he called her because we didn't get a response. So she collapsed back in the text messages after called, because Cody's like, "Hey, where are you? Where's daughter?" Um, and then reminded her, this weekend it is back to the normal one night a weeks. So she collapsed back after we called, and it's like, don't call, text messages only. It is court ordered, text messages only. Like, listen, fool. I don't understand how, like, are you dense enough to where you can't even follow the simple rules that you try to make? I mean, like, it's a legit question. Because when we had to deal with Angel calling for supposedly uh, thinking there was something wrong with daughter, she blew up Cody's phone. And she was like accusing Cody of harassing her when we tried to call a couple of times. Saturday night, we tried to call like twice, maybe three times. I'm not sure. Two or three. She wasn't answering at first. So apparently, we were harassing her because we were trying to figure out where her and daughter were. Well, her mom shows up at like 6:40 something with daughter and does the drop off. And it's like, whenever we were going to be late for the drop offs, which is like, since I've been in their life, very rare. And it has legit been because of actual weather conditions. I would tell Cody, hey, throw something in the chat. Let them know that we might be late. And I mean, one of the times that I had him do that, I don't even think we were late. But she didn't even have the common courtesy to just be like, hey, my mom's coming to pick up daughter to do the drop off. She might be a little bit late. So, from our understanding, apparently she was sick, Angel was, and didn't message her mom or talk to her mom until like 6:10ish to ask her to do the drop off. Like, if you feel like you're being sick or you are sick, why wouldn't you figure this out later in the day? It's called adulting. Adulting is, stuff that you figure out beforehand and whatnot. Um, but I actually had a good laugh over her. Stop harassing me. It's not harassment. Maybe you need to look up what harassment actually means. Um, I know that supposedly she said she went to college. But I have doubts when she comes out with you're harassing, when that's, maybe look up the definition of harassing and what harassing actually means and what it consists of harassing somebody. Because calling a couple times and two or three times to try to figure out where you are because we are at the drop off and you or your mom are not at the drop off, that's not harassment. Maybe if you would have said something. So, besides that, tonight was the video chat. And holy shit, her ma actually called. And so, daughter got to talk to ma and brother. And I think everything was all right. Brother started questioning her about the headset. Uh, First it was, when are you getting your headset? You said you were getting your headset this week. Well, daughter said she never told them that. I generally lean towards I'm going to believe her. She doesn't generally little white lie fibs like kids do, but she doesn't generally lie. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe she said something to them and just was like, yeah, I might get one, whatever. I didn't question her about it. It wasn't really important to question her about it. Um, and then she kind of, daughter made the comment, well, I wouldn't need to get a new one because I'm not allowed to use a headset. And besides, the one that you guys sent back with me is still here. So brother's like, well, what do you mean? It's here. And I'm thinking to myself, no, it's not. It's sitting over here in my stuff. Because I told you that if you sent it back, I was going to throw it away. Or get rid of it. I did not say I was going to throw it away. I did say I was going to get rid of it. Which can be taken as many different things. But she, daughter was like, no, it was in my pocket when I left. So it's here. And she proceeded to tell them that I had taken it and I had put it somewhere, which I did. And I always tell her, I don't care if it makes me look like a bad person or not. If they ask you a question, just simply tell them the truth. I don't care if it makes me look like a bad person or not. It's like you don't ever lie. And that's kind of a big rule that we make here in the house, But they started talking. Apparently there's like little like the little background special effects that you can do on Snapchat. Apparently, I guess you can do them on Google Meets too. I've not looked into that app like that. I didn't feel the need to. I didn't go through the app and look what you can and can't do. So I guess Angel was doing those, and daughter's like, oh, how do I do those and whatnot, and she couldn't figure out how to do it. Well, daughter usually gets a little annoyed if I go over there and help her and whatnot. So I let her do her thing with that. I only step in when I need to step in. So, her mom's talking to her and she's like, oh, well, they couldn't figure out how to get her to do it. And so Angel's like, oh, well, everything that you have on there is blocked. And I'm like, first of all, how the hell would you even know that? It's not going to tell you. And if I don't even know that the options are on there, how the hell am I going to block them? And then she doesn't outright tell daughter that I've blocked the stuff from her using them. But she does sit there and she's like, she's talking about it with daughter, and the daughter's confused how she can't use it. She don't see it, whatnot. And she's like, well, honey, you're a smart girl. You can figure it out. It's blocked for a reason. It's like, obviously somebody doesn't want you using those. I'm like, you're just all sorts of freaking dense, ain't you? Like, you talk about manipulation, but that right there is a form of trying to manipulate your child, and it is a form of trying to drive a wedge between your daughter and whoever you are insinuating it against. Now, I'm assuming it's me, but it could be me and Cody, because you like to blame a lot of stuff on Cody as well. And that's a big no-no in the court documents. You are not allowed to alienate your child or deprive your child of any way, shape, or form of love or connection between either parent or child. And in reality, that can be fought and taken as a form of trying to do that. So, I don't know, maybe get a little bit better with your words or something, I guess. Um, I do love how she acts like I sit there and I hover and I don't let her daughter do specific things. I don't let them talk very long. Like 5:30 rolled around. They'd been on the chat since 5:12. So, that's a good, I don't know, 15 20 minutes maybe, whatever. Uh I've got stuff to do. She's got friends that have been coming down, knocking on the door, trying to get her to play. We're getting ready to get dinner started, all that stuff. Like, you're going to have another video chat on a Wednesday, and then you're going to see her on Friday. A 15, 20-minute chat is pretty good, especially for an 8-year-old who don't want to sit still. She wants to have a quick chat, and then she wants to be done. And her new thing is she's got this little bestie at school. We finally ended up getting her a phone that she's only allowed to use at the house. But she's got this little bestie that she will sit on the phone with for freaking, I think she sat on the phone with her for like an hour or two, maybe going on 3, just going through their skincare together and picking out their clothes for school, going as far as picking out what hairdos they're gonna do. And she was eager to get on the phone with her as well. And so, 5:30 rolls around and I'm like, dude, daughter, hey, it's this time. It's time you start looking at wrapping things up. And, of course, brother pipes in with, well, it's your choice. Nobody else gets to choose for you when you end the video chat. You get to choose. And you can do whatever you want. And I don't think he said it this time. I haven't rewatched the video. But in the past he has explicitly told daughter, you don't have to listen to them. And Angel seems to think that her rules apply to our house. I'm sorry, but you can tell daughter whatever you want. But in the end, the video chat that daughter is using is my computer. So you are wrong. It is not her choice. I let her sit there and use the electronic that is available for her to use. And I generally give her 15, 20 minutes because that's all she's going to sit through without getting freaking bored and distracted and just, she don't want to be on there anymore. She wants to be out doing kid things, doing her thing. But I don't know where I was going with my rant, honestly. I just think it's funny that the one time you do a video chat with her after the time that we missed. Now, Wednesday last week we didn't do a video chat because daughter had her very last volleyball game. Mom showed up and watched the volleyball game. So we didn't, and it was at 4:30. We were still in the volleyball game at 5 o'clock, and Mom was at the volleyball game. So we didn't do the video chat. But the one time that you do the video chat with her, and all you can really stress to her is the fact that she doesn't need to listen to us. She doesn't how you feel. She's not allowed to, oh, they're blocking this, and I feel so sad for that girl. I feel so sad. Like the times where you didn't call, where you were supposed to call, she was a little bummed out that you didn't call, and we were sitting there waiting for the call. And then, I feel sad watching her go through these and having to sit there and listen to that kind of talk. I don't know. That is my rant. Maybe I will edit the video and up the video chat, because I did have my phone recording, facing the video chat, so you can see their faces. So I will have to edit it to blur his face out, brother's face out. But if I decide to do that, then I'll post that video too. But if not, I'll just blank out all the faces and just do the actual audio record. I don't really know what I've decided to do yet. But yeah, that's it. Bye bye.